It's Team Bliss, the team that went to back-to-back majors and then, of course, went to SI and I think outperformed what anyone could have hoped for them.
Yeah, I mean, getting top 8 is obviously a very significant achievement for this roster. Had some good wins along the way. Did lose a mustache as well, which has already regrown back, by the way. I was watching Wet the other night, and he's basically got it fully back. To be fair, it's not much of a stash anyway, so
no,
it does grow back quick.
I don't call that a stash. I don't even know what I call that. I think that's just pencil
I do kind of want to see Oda rock a nice stash. I think he could get away with it.
He did shave his whatever you call that, and it did not look good.
No?
No.
Okay, maybe
no.
not. No,
I think we're looking at 3 of the worst mustaches we've got in Rainbow Six Siege.
Don't say that about Mitch.
Well, I mean,
if you squint,
Mitch is very much like James Devmata Stewart, isn't it? Like if you get really close up, if we got Taylor Swivel zoom in, oh yeah, that's non-existent. We just got asked if this one was worse from production. Goofed is awful. That's not even a.
I think that's a shadow.
That's not even like pencil shavings. Like that's nothing.
Yeah, I think that's just a shadow.
It's a small difference.
Obviously, we don't really need to talk about Bliss, but I think Circular Spheres very much warrant comment. And
really, you think you don't want to talk about the only team in the league we expect to win?
I think everyone knows what we expect from Team Bliss for this particular league. It's very much major or bust. Anything short of that is complete and utter failure.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to
flip-flop.
What?
Are you flip-flopping or are you...
No, I'm not saying that to, I just don't know what to say after this. But I'm not saying...
You're not looking to ruffle feathers.
It's not an outlandish statement, basically, is what I'm getting at. It's very much true to the expectations beholden to Team Bliss. They quite literally need to make the major. If they don't make the major, then someone's getting kicked.
Who is it? Oh, you just take no prisoners. This is like the Geo thing all over again. Oh, Geo's the best player in the world. Oh, no, actually, he's not performing. He should get kicked. We just don't like him, do we?
You should also preface, there is a lot of people called Geo in Rainbow Six, so you...
Very true, very true. Should probably preface the OCE Geo just to completely lock that one in. Michael, Circular Spheres. I mean, what... We know them as and this is really good for the viewers at home. We know them as a little bit of a troll team as well. But what have you got cooked up in that book of yours over there?
No, the Book of Magic.
Yeah.
I mean, the headline I have listed for them is that they're looking to re-spark the Stage 123 magic. That's where we actually saw them perform quite well. They had a bit of an impact, a bit of a splash here in OCE. Did taper off, though, for Stage 2, so they've made some changes. Jay Kenner out, Caro in. Don't have a whole lot of history on him, so... Obviously, a bit of a dark horse, and hopefully for the team, performs well. All the other names, though, very, very familiar at this point in time. And I think Circular Spheres, genuinely, if they're able to pick themselves back up after Stage 2, there's a world in which they can, again, have an impact in this league. And with playoffs now in play, who knows where they'll land?
Yeah, kind of changes the conversation entirely for the OCE League. You really don't know what to expect, that's for damn sure. But one thing I know...
We do know what to expect.
Well, what's that?
Bliss winning everything.
Well, yeah. Do you know what else we were expecting?
What?
The vetoes.
Ooh. I also expected Bliss to beat Carlton's Knights last year, and that they didn't have
That's fine. One little blemish here or there.
Yeah, one blemish out of only, 14 games?
Yeah, exactly. I think everyone's prone to one slip up, and it was also the fact they were boot camp.
You haven't ever slipped up, though.
Once or twice.
No, I think once or twice in the last week alone. We talk about this one as we make our way through.
Go to labs?
Yeah, we go back to labs. Okay, interesting. I did not... I mean, I don't know why I'm saying I didn't expect to see this, but I guess I didn't expect to see it so late in the day, if I'm being completely honest. This feels like a map that's is going to see a bit of play.
Night Haven.
It is. Are we in a lab?
Technically? I don't know.
We're in a cyberpunk theme.
We are in a studio with the casters here as well, and that is unprecedented.
That is pretty much the lab. That is pretty much... I can hear the giggles in the background. I enjoyed that one a bit too much, Jake.
Must be some logistical issues in North America and Europe right now. I have heard there's been some magnetic storms, so maybe that it's difficult to get set up.
Yeah.
I don't know. So.
Now, I'm getting comms to start throwing, but EU, NAL, step your game up. Let's go to our casters in studio.
There they are.
Hey, wait, hang on.
No green screen here.
Jake, show your face. Quick, show your face. Oh, it's too late now. Look at that. That's incredible.
Da 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 da! Wow, the most innovative transition you've ever seen. Wow, we really know how to have a good show here in Oceania.
Woohoo.
Ha! How you doing, Mandy?
I feel good. How about you?
I'm doing amazing. And we've got a live crowd of the 3 goons on the desk who want to be going here. Yeah, let's get some cheering. Guess what? It's Bliss versus Circular Spheres, and we're going to Nighthaven Labs, and I'm keen for it. I think this is going to be a fantastic game, a fantastic chance for someone to take a shot at the king.
Is it?
Well, yeah, Circular Sphere's taking a shot at Bliss, right? Like that's...
Oh, right. Fair enough.
That's what I was going with there. I thought it was pretty smooth.
Oh my god, that actually was really smooth. It just like didn't click in my brain at all. I feel like I've just got some mega brain lag today, honestly.
That's alright. It's been a hot minute.
Well, that was good from you.
Thank you. I mean, that's basically what I wanted is just someone to say, yes, Dev, you're doing a good job. Pat me on the back.
You're doing a very good job.
Yeah, well, we'll see if Circular Spheres need someone like that. Because you know what? The last time Circular Spheres tried to beat Bliss on Nighthaven, they only got 2 rounds.
Oh, really?
They lost 7-2.
Oh, dear. So this is a direct rematch.
Oh, yeah. Back from the campaign.
Ah.
Yeah, you did not want to be on Circular Spheres. But, you know, that was pre-Jakenna. You know, we're talking about the Jakenna era. He's back.
So
he's back in town.
Jakenna was allegedly a coach for Circular Spheres back in the campaign.
Allegedly. Oh, really? Well, he was playing for Mammoth.
Yes, exactly. And then Circular Spheres won a game, and then we interviewed Jakenna.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
I remember that.
That confused me so much. And I don't know if anyone else on the desk realized what was going on.
These guys are just a bunch of memes.
It's just, when you think of Circular Spheres, then you think of Jakenna, right? Like,
yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
It's hard to imagine this roster without
Very true. And I just realized, actually, Caro's not playing today, or Caro, however you want to say his name. Caro, I believe, is how we're saying it, right? So we do have Pinku back in. I thought Pinku was...
I thought Pinku was always in.
I thought Pinku was out for Caro. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Caro's out. Pinku's in. Jakenna's in.
Hooray, exciting.
These are this is the boys, like
yes,
the actual boys.
I was going to say, this
the stage 1 boys.
This is genuinely the Circular Spheres of old. They
the
went
most
through,
circular of any sphere I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I want to have like triangular pyramids or like rectangular cubes. Like,
oh god. So Circular Spheres, they played as this roster in stage 1 of 2023. Then in stage 2, they thought they could maybe be a team that was not this Circular Spheres brand. They thought that they can maybe bring a support into the roster. And then they learnt that they couldn't do that.
yes.
So now they're back here.
Also, I'm just going to address the terrible named elephant in the room, which is all of these Circular Spheres players have the worst names known to man. And some of them don't even have anything to do with their actual name. So I have confirmation from our admin team that Jakenna is playing under the name Moggers McGraw, and Gooft is playing under the name Moggers White. So I am just going to be calling these from top to bottom. Japer. Which one's that one? Gooft. Physics. Jakenna and Pinku. Okay. And if I don't know that it's Jakenna or Gooft, I'm just going to call them by their operator names because...
Or you can just call them Jakenna and Gooft and then like not
know,
you know, it would be one of them.
If I get their name wrong in the middle of a big hype moment, it's their fault.
It is their fault.
It's not my fault.
They've brought this upon
themselves. Because I'm all about deflecting blame onto other people. That's something I can get
We'll talk about that after the broadcast ends. Anyway, we're on Nighthaven Labs, and it's Circular Spheres starting out on the attack. We have been sent up into the top floor for the first bomb site for Team Bliss, and Icy Wall has just been opened up. The next layer of defense they've got on the other side of that is, of course, Sage over on the rafters, playing his army, but Circular Spheres have still got a bit more work to do.
Bit of an entry starting as well. Map control taken. Nice hard breach. Where he is actually able to trick some of this, but then he just falls on back. He knows doesn't really matter. He's just looking to burn time, and he's burnt a minute so far and got back to site with a bandit battery in pocket, still ready to defend this mirror window. So really solid start from Bliss.
Did look like they were going to try and put down some pressure from below going up. Some of the vertical of... I've already forgotten who this one is. Who's that one? Jakenna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's on Ash, it's probably Jakenna.
Who's the other one? Oh, Japer. That's the other one down. Like, oh my goodness,
no, the other one's
I can't do
Goofs.
this. No. I mean the other person down below. I'm sorry, Daph. I've completely lost you already.
Just call the operators.
It does look like they are trying to put down the pressure from bottom up in tandem with the ones coming across linearly, laterally as well. So The buck now coming into play on Japer, who's got his gadget activated, and Pinku netting a kill. Japer actually as well capitalizing on that vertical to net another one onto Weatherpool's man advantage now, Circular Spheres.
Very solid start. 2-player advantage. And Fish wants to make a play, but he is being read very well by Japer here. Fish has got to win this fight, and he does. Credit to him. He's brought the numbers back a little bit. If Brendo can find another one here, then the story very much flips on its head.
Time ticking away as well for Circular Spheres as they are looking to mount their attack. How has Fisher Guy just gone and re-barricaded the external barricade? Alas, never mind. This engagement now inside of E between Brendo and the player on the other side will come to fruition. The Bees forcing him away from his position now as Brendo looking to hold on to the breach going into the main bomb site.
Oh, Brendo's looking to get aggro here. Oh, almost lands the critical shot as well, but straight in goes Goofed. He's gone for a backstab. He's actually got side control to boot, but he gets taken down by Sage, and the other brother goes in for it as well. Oh, Brendo goes massive. It's all up to Sage against Chikenna. Hiding behind cover, sees Chikenna for a brief moment, 15 seconds. I don't know what Chikenna's doing, but Sage just swings him and closes the round from a 3v5. Bliss look in control. And hang on a second, Oda's blonde?
What?
Oda, when did that happen?
How did we not notice that the entire time? Wait, no, go back. Go back.
Can we have a look at Oda? Can we get Oda? He's blonde.
It's horrible.
That is terrible.
Okay.
Who's this guy think he is, Alamau or something? He's
He
trying to
thinks
do
he's
like
the Slim
this.
Shady.
He thinks he's trying to do the Slim Shady.
Bro
thing?
thinks he's the Slim Shady,
man.
mate. No, but Oda, mate, if you're listening, you need toner in it, okay? The bleach, it's not doing you justice, man. You need to get some toner in that, okay? Not good. It's like the same with my hair at the moment, actually. I can't really talk much. The
Oh yeah, you
blonde's
do
really-
have a little bit of bleach. in
Yeah,
there.
I know, but it's a bit like gross now, you know? It's a bit
Well,
like...
you don't have much colour in there, do you?
No, I don't have any colour in it. It's meant to be blonde.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to be blonde.
Because
You
I
know
remember
what?
for a while
I
you
shouldn't be
did the full
criticising Oda.
e-girl like green and then
I
pink
did.
and stuff.
It was like, it was a bit gross, actually.
I thought it
yeah,
was
I don't
good.
know. I thought that was bad.
Really?
I thought that was a bad era. Like,
Really?
Yeah. No, like, not bad in the good way. Like, bad, like, it looked
that was-
bad.
you were-
bad,
you were
know?
bad.
No, I was never that. Anyway. Oda, you need to fix your hair. Toner, mate. It looks bad. Anyway.
But not in a good way.
Not bad in the good way.
Okay. So, Team Bliss, they might have taken the first round win, but Oda's certainly copping some L's.
They've done well. It's OT. They won it out in 1v1. I mean, yeah, it was a bit scary, but they did it. It was good.
They shouldn't have won that 3v5, but
Oh, God.
whatever.
Oh, well. Anyway, here we go. Main breach control now for... Oh, my God. Who is that? Chikenna. I can't do this.
Yes, Chikenna.
That's opened up pretty easily. Wettables is the only player tricking on the other side on the bandit, and he's gone over to assembly instead. So 1 point of entry now for the Circular Spheres. EMP goes out on the floor.
They're going to ace them.
They're going to do the thing.
No, so
same time.
ace charges actually get...
Ooh.
yeah, so he's going to miss that one.
Oh, dear.
If you go with the... Ooh, that C4 almost landed. If you go for the thermite charge first, you actually can get both because the ace actually takes longer to deploy in the new patch.
Sense it makes.
Sense it makes. But
Sense it
of course he
makes.
didn't know which side, so
It's a very astute
gamble.
observation.
thank you.
There you go. Okay. Info out onto Sage on the second floor, on the ground floor, as they look to do the roam clear. Now, they do have some vertical still, do the defenders onto the main breach, which is why they cannot entry straight away. They need to at least dislodge this player before making their execute happen.
Yeah, Sage's position is so powerful, right? Because he's got this vertical angle. He spots the OCE. And you can call that out to his team. He also has some support from a player up in Rafters, which is real nice for him. So Sage doesn't have to worry too much about getting crossfired. He has someone to help him out. He's also got the Goose to support his back. Pinku's looking to try and move in from Garage as well. But I still think Bliss have a really solid setup here. They're covering each other well. And the onus is definitely on CS to make the first move.
I would agree with that. I think Team Bliss have got very much multi-layered cover going between the layers of their defense. And I think Circular Spheres have got to make a rotation. They need a new plan because right now they're sitting there, they're loitering outside, trying to inch their way on in with the back of the OCE shield. But there's so much danger from up above.
Oh, wow. That was a good peek there from Fish. ACOG does a down. I don't think he wants to commit to this. He's maybe not entirely sure. Physics wants to start moving in here. Sage is in a solid position. Oh, Sage is managing to take down Pinku somehow. He's dealing hella damage. He also has an impact in pocket as well. And here comes the peak from Physics, who finally takes down Sage, but not out as of yet. Remember as well, Oda has the position to go for a revive. He's going in to support his teammates. Sage is picked on up, and the space has not been taken.
Ooh.
Circular Spheres looking for that plant, but Sage gets up and gets his revenge. Brendo taken down from elsewhere, but it's all up to Japin now. 2 CS players on the floor bleeding out. Sage has found a triple kill in amidst the chaos, and Oda's there to mop up the last one. That was quite a round from Bliss. CS kept on trying, but they were not let in the building.
Yeah, great use of the vertical there from Team Bliss, fully utilizing the play inside of storage to make sure that entry couldn't come through inside of assembly. Not only that, but then that vertical was being covered by another layer of defense from Oda up in the top rafters. So really, Circular Spheres had to break down a lot of that defense to actually make their plan work. They didn't feel like doing that. They just walked in onto the site and prayed for the best, which is not what you want to do against the Team Bliss, who've got a pretty good plan.
Yeah, I think they thought they dealt with Sage when they got that down. They didn't expect the Spanish Inquisition of Oda to drop on down and support as well. Credit to Team Bliss. I mean, it's the thing that really makes or breaks a team, right, is how do you work together? And not just in the ways, oh yeah, I'll throw an EMP for you, my Thermite. No, go and actually support, understand the win condition of a round. Sage was the win condition, Oda was there to support.
So far, so good for Team Bliss. 0-2 up on the defending half.
Ooh, Sage is 5-0.
Oh my god, really?
Well, 2K in the first round, including the 1v1 clutch.
Not wrong, not wrong.
And 3K in the second. He's not done too
He's
badly.
doing good. Leading the grid on kills. We did say we wanted to make it an F1 cast.
Yeah, well, OzGP, for those who don't know, the OzGP has just been and gone this weekend. Quite a hectic race. I didn't actually watch it, but I had a look at the results afterwards. It was mad.
You didn't watch the race?
I was at a wedding!
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Okay, that's all right. That's an excusable excuse. Sorry.
Yeah,
Lost
but
one
we
words
were.
there.
Yeah.
Anyway, while he does lead the grid on kills,
He does.
the rest of Circular Spheres will need to get their elbows out to have an in on this game. That's not bad for me.
No,
That's
very
a
good.
proxy
Very good,
impression of
Mandy.
me.
Very good.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of more F1 points. I've got a few in the back
I can
pocket.
see the cogs turning. I've just looked over at Dev and he's just sitting there like staring
The
off
worst
to
part
the
is like I'm a
distance.
real note taker, so if I start writing down the ones I'm thinking of, that's just too cringe. I can't do that. So it has to be organic.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. So, moving in. 2 rounds up for Bliss. Moved on to their tertiary bomb site. But Circular Spheres starting to build up a bit of momentum, taking this top floor control. But a lot of presence to be met with. And one of those is Oda up here in CCTV. He's actually got Wet to support him. Really solid spot they've got.
Keep it active.
C4 from down below as well from
No way.
Brendo. There are 2 players right here inside of Connector, and he does land it onto 1. Jakenna escaping with his life inside of Ease, taking another engagement,
my
but
God.
another C4 from Wettables onto Pinku. Death from below is the name of the game now for Team Bliss, as Wettables is going to round the corner. But Oda stops him from doing so. Okay, you know, fair enough.
Oda's-
Oda's like, nah, mate, you're not allowed to go for that one.
Oda's like, 5v3, mate. Come on, cool off. We don't need to go for that. This is awkward now for CS. 2 players down, barely in the building. Not a lot of map control to speak of, let alone an opportunity to plant. There is some info here. Oh, wall bang. A moment too late. Now Jakenna's looking to get on the front foot. He does take a few bullets from the other direction. Goofed as well on a window, looking to jump in and try and support. Oh, what a shot from
Sharp
Brendo. Beautiful stuff. Oh, goes from bad to worse for Circular Spheres. A 1 versus 5 for Physics. There's the first. Second not to come through. Oh, man, he is shaking in his boots. There's no way he finishes alive here, and there you go. Fisher come around the corner and swipe him off his feet. Beautiful start for Bliss, and Circular Spheres look to be on their way to a DNF.
Hey, that's not bad from you. I'll tell you what, I don't think Circular Spheres saw a single person that entire round. It was death from below, then death from above, and then they tried to get into the bomb site. Brendo lands a 6th shot, and it's over.
Yeah.
It is over, and Circular Spheres take a whole whopping 1 gunfight in the entire time. Wow, that is one way to close out a defense.
Yeah. Oh, CS are really just... Of course, it is attack on Nighthaven, so it's not easy by any means, but they are really being manhandled by Bliss, who are kind of playing 4D chess. Like, I mean, Bliss are very talented individual players, but it's not like they're just swinging everything. Like, these are very clever and calculated plays. 2 C4 vertical kills to kick things off. A lot of vertical play, a lot of support for each other. Really beautiful stuff from Bliss, and what you really expect as well out of a team of their caliber. As Jake, I believe, said on the desk, 8th best team in the world. Not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good from them. All right, here we go. Up into the top floor again. They've completed Round the World. Oh, not really. I guess they need to complete 4 bomb sites for Around the World.
I don't think they need to at this
They don't need
point.
to?
They don't need to go to a 4th one. Like, what is it? Kitchen is the last
They've
one.
completed
so-
their rotation.
They
Not
have.
Around the World, but the rotation.
Flawless rotation.
They've missed out on one of the continents, but that's okay because they don't need to go. So, Instead, we're back here in the top floor.
It's kind of like if you say I've been to all 7 continents. Forget about Antarctica, but you know, I've been.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good one. That's a good analogy from you. Now, the last time that we saw Team Bliss play this top floor bomb site, actually, contrary, Circular Spheres attack it. This was their closest round. This is the one that ended in that 1 versus 1. But they couldn't quite land the shots. There was some funky jiggle peeking going on in E. And yeah, so hopefully, with that in mind, Circular Spheres can improve on that result.
Yeah. Though I do think Bliss is probably a little bit more aware of that top blue lurk that we saw from, I believe it was Goofed last time around. I think he found 2 kills.
Oh my gosh.
Man,
The beach.
that's beautiful.
That's where you want to be.
That is where I want to be. I'm like Ken. I do beach.
What's your job title?
Beach.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
It's horrible.
That was beautiful. Night Haven Labs, I never really appreciated. Beautiful location for a lab. You know, when you think lab, you think more like, what's the new map? Lair? Like the really...
Yeah, like in the dungeon.
Or like
you know,
the favelas labs? Like, no. Yeah, not
So
nice.
look, I've been watching Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan.
On brand, I'll allow it.
There's a scene in there. Well, okay, don't worry. I'm not going to spoil that anyway. There's a scene in there with a bunch of like the people doing the research stuff with their weapon in a lab and
lab
stuff like
stuff,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
you know, and that's just sorry. Yeah,
That's so
This
cool
is very,
and so relevant.
it's so not relevant. I don't know what I was talking about. Anyway, yeah, here we go. So they want to open up connector wall. EMP in hand. Wettables isn't looking to trick this because Jabra's down below, doing some silly business and preventing him from do so, it seems like. Red pings are going out, so the info is there for the vertical gameplay. Oh, but that's not how that works, is it? Because that part of the floor is non-destructible. Is that correct? Oh, no, it is destructible, isn't it?
Con is not destructible, I believe. Maybe. Oh, some parts are.
I
There you
thought
go.
it was-
Wettables has found the kill through the floor anyway, so it definitely is destructible because he's killed the buck.
I thought I was actually tripping out there. That was really scary. I thought I was going mad.
You're right. I think there are some safe spots in that room, especially on the boost spots, but it doesn't matter. Already a solid start for Bliss. These mirror windows have created some very fortified positions.
Oh, it's E that's half, you know,
Oh,
half
right.
non-destructible. Anyway, sorry, I'm a confused gal.
We all be like that
I will
sometimes.
be a bit confused sometimes. Anyway, here we go. So circular spheres are now in the same position that they were last time. They're stuck behind the mirror window. Now
Play
the
it down as well.
last time they were able to do this, they could EMP the breach, get an ace charge on it, they opened it up, it was all right. This time around, there's Wettables on the other side
Ooh,
with a bandit
nice.
charge. C4 doesn't quite land for Brendo, but Oda's going to sit here in the Bs anyway?
Yeah. He's getting pinged. It's just that we're
He
from
is
the
getting
defender
pinged.
perspective,
I
so you won't
see.
see it. But yeah, he is getting pinged indeed. So potential bait. Oh, Physics has got
Oh,
the
here he
info. He's
goes.
jumped on in. Oda should know about it. He wants to go for the swing, but Brendo's got him covered anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
That's quite
There's
cheeky.
finally a nice pick from Goof to win something back for Circular Spheres, but he's taken a hell of a lot of damage in return. And Bliss are still holding strong. The mirror window dismantled, but control still held firmly.
That was a good
by
tag
Team
team.
Bliss.
Oh, there we go. Brendo as well on the prowl behind this pillar inside of server. Is going to claim one. I quite like that from Brendo and Oda, but with only 15 seconds left to go, it's looking pretty dire for Circular Spheres.
Yeah, and Brendo's been hot in his shot, 2.8 KD so far. Oh, another one. Come on, give me one more, baby. Give me one more. Brendo, finish it off. Jakenna doing what Jakenna does best, baiting for kills and losing it anyway. Love to see that from Bliss. 4 rounds straight, and Circular Spheres are not fired up and happy.
Yeah, honestly, Team Bliss just look really comfortable in these rounds. They're playing together, they're playing the macro game really well, closing walls, falling back. Like, for the most part, Team Bliss are playing a pretty safe game, but like a calculated safe game that's still quite enjoyable to watch. They're playing together, they're supporting each other in their gunfights, and it's worked out for them. It's completely punished the way that Circular Spheres have tried to play into this attack, which has been, I think, rather linear. They haven't really done anything that impressive to try and catch Bliss off guard, and I think, unfortunately, that's been really letting them down here in these attacks.
Yeah, it's tough. Bliss have a very well planned out strat book on this map, and Circular Spheres have really struggled to even just dismantle some of the basics. I'm going to try and have a look and see what is like the best team that Bliss have played on Night Haven. They got 5 rounds off FaZe Clan on this map. So
Not bad.
that's not bad. How about getting 5 rounds off the second best team in the world?
Yeah, that's pretty good, hey.
They got 4 rounds off Wolves, and that was back in Atlanta, and I think that it's safe to say Bliss is a hell of a lot better than they were all the way back in Atlanta. This is a map that has been in Bliss's wheelhouse basically since it entered the map pool, right? They were an early adopter, and they have not slowed down. They've continued refining their game. Yes, they're on the defense, which is always going to be the favored side, especially on a map as big as this, but Circular Spheres, you could even tell just by the face cams, they are not animated, and that's how they need to be to start stealing rounds and points away from these big teams.
Yeah, so I think I think you've put it pretty astutely. This is a quite dangerous map for Circular Spheres to have taken Team Bliss to, especially after they're showing the 6 Invitational. And the thing that worries me for Circular Spheres, just watching them from this game and speculating for the future games as well, is that they don't seem to be willing to think a step ahead. You know what I mean? Like, we're watching them attack the basement. The only things they want to do is open the wall and walk in. They're not happy to take the next step of, we've opened the wall, why can't we walk in? We need to clear the top floor, then let's go to the top floor and make that attempt. It just feels like they're sort of like banging their head against the wall with one plan, and they refuse to have any depth to it, you know, add some, make it more multifaceted, and that's what worries me about this team.
I have no doubt in my mind that Circular Spheres is going to flourish against some other opposition in this league, but Bliss, to start off their stage, is an extremely tall order. On the flip side of that, Bliss have to be careful not to get complacent. Yes, we have playoffs now, so perhaps mistakes can be afforded, but you want to continue the form that they have built up at 6 Invitational here back home again, and they're looking to do that now. 4 rounds straight, still this roam slowly being peeled away. Brendo's still here at vending. And Fisher as well, they're just playing the staircases, playing very safe angles, just tempting any drones that might flitter on through, any early aggressive picks, and as we do hear that Dokkaebi call ring out, perhaps a signal that Circular Spheres are on their merry way. Pinku the first to fall.
I actually didn't mind this, to be honest, from Circular Spheres. They actually went and dedicated themselves to the roam clear this time, not tunnel visioning on the wall and only going in for the execute. They are actually trying to capitalize on the rest of the map with the vertical game that they previously had. Now with Pinku going down, that does take away some of that capability, but nevertheless, the map is now in their control. They have spotted out some of the C4s from down below, so they want to be cautious, of course, as they go in towards that execute. 50 seconds left to go. They can still make this work if they plan it out, but of course it's going to be tough.
Very much will be. Strukena is moving his way down Exo. Quite a few angles to tangle with here. One at a time, he looks to defeat them. Goofed looking for something as well, but at this point in the round, the positions have been revealed, and one by one they fall again. Circular Spheres cannot sink their teeth into this round. Bliss continue to keep them at bay. And another kill for Brendo. I mean, how are these all isolated fights, one at a time? Finally something for Japer, but really it's just a beg and a wish for Circular Spheres. Caught in a goo, 1v4, an ace will need to happen, but Oda just swings him and certifies a 5th round straight for Bliss. This isn't even a race, this is a massacre.
It absolutely is. It just feels like the pink tsunami is absolutely rolling over these players of Circular Spheres. Even when they went for a pretty decent roam clear there, top down, play the vertical, be cautious on the ground floor. By the time it came to the execute, that's where they lost that coherence, and unfortunately that seems to be the boon of a lot of these OCE teams, is landing that final hurdle, going in through the execute, and that's where Team Bliss just absolutely thrived. They sat there, they held their angles as they took their individual engagements, and let's be honest, who's picking Brendo, right?
Brendo's on fire tonight. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen him like this. I mean, yeah, great player, and I think he's really come into his form, but 10-4. Looking really solid, Brendo is. Also, I mean, both Sage brothers looking very well.
Sage still hasn't died.
Sage hasn't died yet. I think he had 5 kills after the second round, and since then I don't think he's seen anybody.
Look, I reckon he stole the first 5 kills, and the rest of the team were like, oh, I see, this is how this is going to go.
Yeah, Sage, you're banned from actually fighting anybody. We want some kills too.
Yeah, that's how it's gone. Nevertheless, here we go. 5 rounds on the trot now for Team Bliss. They don't need to go around the world, as we've spoken before, so they are simply just going to go jump back down into storage. Same top floor hold, not a whole lot has changed for them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, they need to go kitchen. They need to reveal the strat book. Just do what's tried and tested.
You didn't see that.
I did see you almost die trying to trip over the box that you're standing on.
Yeah.
Sorry to break the illusion. Mandy stands on a box and I sit on a chair, and that is the only reason we are the same height in the camera frame.
It's a hazard, it really is. I mean,
I think you're a hazard.
I am not a hazard.
Yes, you are.
It's the things around me. Being a small person comes at a cost.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Shut up. Anyway, here goes Circular Spheres. They have opened up the garage wall, so there is a bit of pressure onto the ground floor, but the site is adjacent to that breach, so they can't make their way on in just yet. Of course, Storage does have a blind spot, of course. There is a window jump in going into that, but even then, there's still vertical to watch that as well. So what they need to worry about is clearing all the rooms that are actually adjacent to the bomb site before then going and making their execute happen.
The Jackal is the one to do that, being droned ahead. Jacana, oh, he's actually going to get Prince as well. Is that Fisher? I think he scanned. Not entirely sure. Oh, Brendo's looking to get early aggro here. In garage, perhaps. I mean, you back him in to win this fight. It doesn't matter how unfavored it is. It's Brendo after all.
He has snuck in here, really. They haven't quite kept tabs on this breach. Doesn't seem like, I don't know who that is. Goofed on the other side knows that Brendo's actually gone to the left of his crosshair now instead of the right where he's looking onto the rafters.
Yeah.
Could be dangerous. Once again, Circular Spheres, they really don't want to change plans, right? They have this aversion to going for a plan B. They have plan A, and it's the only thing they know how to do. So now they're going for this pretty linear push into the bomb site. So there's Brendo, finally capitalizing on his off position and getting the first pick of the rounds. And it's, yeah, once again, Circular Spheres being stuck in a rut of this plan that they refuse to move away from.
It may be an off position for Brendo, but it's a really solid one. It still works. It might be uncommon, but he's safe from so many angles. He can affect the bomb site well. I mean, Pinky's on the roof, for goodness sake. They're just waiting for aggression from Bliss. That's not how Bliss play.
No, no.
Bliss are in a 5v4. They're not just going to peek for no reason.
It's discipline from Bliss, right? They know that these Circular Spheres plays, they know that in general, Oceanic Siege is a rather slow brand of siege, right? So why would you go and play in a forwards position where you can just sit there playing some funky off position like what Brando's doing and play the patience game because you're going to get rewarded for it. So here's Jacana on the other side who's managed to sneak his way all the way inside of control room.
Oh.
Good trade, though, from, was that Brendo on the other side there?
They traded direct,
they're actually able to go for the plant here. Sage, though, is going to take down Jacana for his trouble. And it's now down to a 2v2, but time is ticking away.
Oh, Wettables, solid position, finds his kill. But a 1v1 now as Pinku's taken down Sage. All up to Wet. And this is going to have to be a swing from Pinku. There's the shotty. Wettables gets it done once again to lock in a flawless half for Team Bliss. They cannot be touched. 6 rounds straight and match point set before them.
Honestly, Team Bliss really did not face that much adversity there at all whatsoever. 6-0 should be a pretty telling scoreline for exactly that. They had to do nothing but wait, right? Yeah. And patience pays its dividends. And when you're playing against a team like Circular Spheres, linear pushers, don't want to change what they're doing and will eventually walk at you in the way that you've been looking at them for the past like 30 seconds, right? It's just the patience game. The only way that Bliss could have possibly lost any rounds in that half was if they didn't have the discipline to wait. And I think it was pretty telling that they had the discipline to do that, and they take them down pretty handily.
Jacana, to his credit, did find 2 kills by sneaking into the back of sight somehow up the blue stairs, which nobody was watching apparently, but even that didn't matter because Bliss is ready to refrag it, right? They don't need sight control. They don't need to have a complete lockout of Jacana lurking in because they're ready to adapt to the scenario, and they kind of know, like, if we're sitting here waiting for half the round, they're probably just sitting outside and maybe someone's lurking somewhere. Yes. So just be ready for that. Be ready to refrag. We can retake. And, of course, when Wettables can come up big with a 1v2, that always helps as well. Now Circular Spheres, who got 2 rounds off Bliss last time they played Nighthaven, are struggling to even find their first.
Well, now that Circular Spheres have gone on to their defending half, you've got a bit more hope for them, right? It seemed like a pretty tricky map to attack. They found it tough to even get inside the building. And by the time they did the get in, they were faced by all this vertical gameplay, all these layers that they couldn't deal with. Now they're on their defending half. You would hope that they now have those tools on their side and they can make use of them.
Theory. But we are seeing something from Bliss that we didn't see at all from Circular Spheres, and that's the Montaigne from Fisher Guy. Always been quite a prolific shield player, very prolific support player, and with this shield rework that we talked briefly about in our earlier game, I think that Fish is the perfect person to try and figure out the best way to play that. Oh no, the impact didn't land. Neither impact landed. The entire strategy there for Goofed has completely abandoned him. Now he looks to just try and get away with his life if he possibly can. He's taken a hell of a lot of damage, and he does get out safely, but man, that is not what Circular Spheres were looking for.
Yeah, a bit of a tough start there, but they do waste at least some time there, loitering around on the IT breach. But even then, IT isn't typically your point of entry, right? That's a point of entry that you can use if you want to exploit. See, this is good. We're shooting Keeper barricades.
I didn't know you could do that.
It's revolutionary. See, even Fisher Guy's getting in on the shooting the Keeper barricade action. Actually, never mind. There we go. Jacana actually punishes Sage for doing that. Finds the peek onto him in the meantime. Wettables, though, is still going to try and capitalize on this IT controls. Brendo's made his way all the way up rafters.
Oh, hell of a lot of damage. No kill as of yet. A lot of these players low HP on CS. Brendo's gun will take any of those 3 players out in a single bullet to the chest. Bliss just bide their time. Brendo fairly safe as the wall at top rafters has now been reinforced over. But Pinku's got to be careful not to overextend here. And Bliss start to make their way in. IT is the entry point. But will it be enough on its own?
Brendo very much in pole position here to make this execute work as Fisher Guy is putting on some pressure from the back. There goes Guft being taken down by Wettables, the first pick going into the bomb site, and it's looking good for Team Bliss.
And Fisher Guy is straight into sight. Finally something for Pinku, but apparently Jakenna just dies to a Claymore. Brendo, the hottest player in the server, looking to finish this off in style, feeling some pressure. Oda's there to support. It's all up to Pinku, but I think this race is over. Bliss can taste the checkered flag, and it's up to Fisher Guy to harass this final player. Pinku's trying his best, but I don't think it's going to happen. 1 kill, 3 required. Fisher Guy not even overextending. Pinku is forced back again. He's being mocked at the moment. Fisher Guy marching slowly towards him, and there is no way that this is going to work. 1v1s, Oda and Pinku, but he's being toyed with. Okay, surely not. 7 seconds left on that defuse, but Fisher Guy has got this in the bag. A quick smack to the face, and the game is over. Circular Spheres cannot find a single round. Team Bliss kick off their season with a 7-0.
An impossible task for Pinku there in the 1v3, but inevitable for Bliss to take it 7-0 on their first round going back into OCE League.
So, I'm really not sure. Who do you think is the best team in the region right now?
I actually think it's Team Bliss. I don't know.
Team Bliss?
That might be controversial. But
okay.
That's my take on it.
No, okay. Not Panic Esports?
No, actually, I don't think so.
No? Okay. Well, maybe it's Team Bliss. They have just got a 7-0 to kick off their stage. How great. And that concludes our day. We'll break it down on the desk.